Hey, it's Stargirl, the Practical Witch. Welcome to one of my pick a card readings. Today we're going to figure out what kind of person is most attracted to you in regards to love and attraction. So before we get started, I need you to, as usual, pick one of the 6 groups. This is Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, Group 6. Feel free to pause the video to really meditate on the cards to figure out which one is calling to you. Once you've picked a group, you can fast forward to the timestamp I provide down below to find out what kind of person is most attracted to you. So with that, let's get started. Group number 1, you have Death, the Magician, Music, Harmony, the River Queen, and Sensuality. So if you picked group number 1, the person most attracted to you is definitely going to be an extrovert. You seem to attract the extrovert kind. They're people who are very charismatic. That's what the Magician is. He's a very charismatic talker. He's good at selling himself to other people. He is the typical charmer. You seem to attract the people who seem to always have the right thing to say, can talk you into anything. They are very magnetic in personality. And it seems to me with music, you might be attracting the musician or the artist types, or people with very high goals of fame, fortune, such as being a rock star, being an artist, something to do with creativity and getting attention for their creativity. So this person can be very dangerous because they can be kind of a player due to their natural charisma. But I'm not saying all people like this are dangerous. I'm just saying they have the ability to, because they probably have, a high amount of social media followers. They probably take really good pictures of themselves. They are probably conventionally attractive and have that swag about them. I tried to avoid using that word, but that was the first word that came to mind. They are genuine, like a bunch of people will like this person, so this person can be quite intimidating. You seem to attract that kind of person. And it's very likely, if you're doing this pick a card, the person who is currently most attracted to you is this type. You also have Death, so this person might have the tendency, you might attract people who have the tendency to get into drugs or alcohol or the partying scene. They might be the type of person who frequently has casual encounters. They kind of have the bad boy or bad girl vibe that's really alluring to some people. And as you can see with Sensuality, they are naturally very... I'm trying to think of the words to describe this person. They are likely your lead singers of bands. They're likely the person who, if you ask anybody, they are saying, oh yeah, they're really attractive. They might have a bad reputation, especially if they're younger. They might abuse this power. You tend to attract people who don't really like committed relationships. They're more in it for the passion, the chase, because as you can see with the River Queen flow, letting go, they don't like to settle down quite often. They generally like to just go with the flow, go with the experience. They're not one who really, I feel like, believes in monogamy or very often gets into monogamous relationships. This person will also likely have tattoos. That's what I'm feeling, like more than just one tattoo, likely have multiple tattoos. This person will probably be, just naming out the astrological signs that are really calling out to me. They could be an Aries, they could be a Scorpio, they could be a Leo, they could be a Sagittarius, they could be a Pisces, they could be a Virgo. And they could also be a Libra. So those are the signs that called out to me most on what is most attracted to you. And if they're attracted to you, this person seems to me, they're very image-based. So it might be you attract to this person because you have a certain style or this certain yeah, like this certain style that matches their style or would make them look good if they were around you, or there's something about you that interests them and fascinates them because there's someone who really likes to be entertained. They're in it for the experience. So if you pick this card, this kind of person is most attracted to you probably because you match their style and they like being seen with you. As superficial as that sounds, this person can be quite superficial because they're so magnetic, like I said. So they might also be attracted to you because you admire their art or what they're doing. You might be someone who's like really into bands or artists or anything of that nature. So, I mean, picking anything else up. Yeah, that seems to be the person who's most attracted to you right now. All right. Let's move on. Group number 2, let's see what type of person is most attracted to you right now. So you have the Emperor, the Ace of Cups, Waterfall, the Hungry Ghost, and Beauty. So this group is literally the polar opposite of the first group. You attract the type of person who really believes in monogamy and an old-fashioned relationship. You know, this person either takes on the role of being a masculine energy or the role of being completely a feminine energy. They're very traditional in that sense. There's somebody who really doesn't like messing around with other people. You seem to attract people who really just want one love. With the Ace of Cups, I'm seeing that they are very old-fashioned romantic, as in, you know, you attract the type of person who wants to take you on old-fashioned dates, like movies, dinner. They want to buy you flowers, just the traditional old-fashioned gestures. That's the kind of person you attract. You also attract someone with all these 4s I'm seeing, because I also look at the numerology. I don't just look at the tarot, because angels like to connect with numerology as their number 1 language. So you have a 4 right here, you have 4 right here. So this is almost telling me you attract people with life path 4. So they're very traditional, they're very reliable, they're very dependable. They may come off to some people as boring due to their stability, and they're also, you attract people who would be a good provider. They are hardworking people, but on the flip side, because everyone has a shadow side, nobody is perfect. These type of people you attract tend to have possessiveness issues, where they have jealousy issues, and they really just don't want you talking to other people. They want you to just be all about them. They want you to be just as committed as them. That's what I'm getting from the Hungry Ghost. Obsessions, scarcity consciousness. So they might have a tendency to be very clingy, and you attract clingy people. And with Effortless, Waterfall, you seem to attract people who fall in love very easily. They're in love with the idea of love. So this person, these people that you likely attract are going to be Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio. Let's see. Leo, and that's all I'm getting. And, you know, because this person is looking for really that old-fashioned relationship, that monogamous relationship with clear roles, and with Beauty, once again, you can see with the Beauty card, they're really looking for someone who isn't just hot. They're looking for someone who's beautiful, like inside and out, someone they can see having children with, because that's where their mind is really going. They're looking for that beautiful person, not that hot person, if that makes sense. So, you know, because this person is so set on having a traditional relationship, the type of people you attract, you might be a Cancer rising or sun, a Scorpio rising or sun, anything that just embodies, you know, maybe the girl next door look, maybe you have a motherly look about you. So because ultimately that's what they're looking for. This person tends to know what they want, and when they want something, they go and get it. They will court you. They're not afraid or shy of it. So even though, you know, some people might say this type of person is boring, they're really not, because if they like you and they want you, they will actively pursue you, and it will be very obvious because they will, you know, like I said, do all these old-fashioned gestures. They might not, you know, be dripping in charisma like the first group, but they have this dependable, this directness, this straightforward nature about them that's very endearing, and they clearly are hopeless romantic. So I'm also getting this could be a life path number 9, a life path 6, a life path 4 as well. And that's all I'm getting right now. Let's move on to group number 3. What kind of person is most attracted to you right now? So you have the 4 of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Shadow Queen, Dreamtime, Creation, and Study. So you seem to me that you attract a person who is very booky, they're very smart, they're very intelligent, and what makes them who they are, or how they identify themselves, is by being very intelligent, very studious. So this is definitely the bookie type you're attracting right now. They are likely very shy, as I'm seeing from the 4 of Cups. They likely have inferiority issues where they don't feel like they're good enough. So they're not likely to approach you or make their feelings known. They're likely instead to just sort of create a fantasy world about you in their head and make up all these scenarios but not actually do anything in person. With the Shadow Queen, that's even more so. They have a tendency to hide their feelings. You seem to attract the people who will pretend to be your friend just to get close to you, even though they're madly in love with you, but then will never do anything about it because they just feel like they're not good enough for some reason. They maybe feel like you're out of their league. These people are definitely quiet, but I'm almost seeing that you are attracting some Geminis, let's see, I'm getting air signs definitely, maybe Pisces, Scorpio, but I'm not really picking up much zodiac sign on this because I feel like Spirit is telling me not to really focus on that because this is a general reading and I don't want to exclude anybody. So on this group, I'm not really going to go into the zodiac signs. I think the important thing to know about this person that you're attracting right now is that you will never know. I mean, you probably intuitively know this person will like you, but since they're so shy, since they're so reserved in their emotions and expressing their emotions, I'm getting from the Queen of Swords, they will never admit it to you. You would literally have to make the first move. Even if you were to straight ask them, they would tell you no because they are so afraid of rejection and getting hurt. This person is likely I'm almost getting like INFP, INFJ, ISFP, if you know what the Myers-Briggs is. This person will fantasize about you, write poetry about you, write songs about you, but you will never know. And I think this person the people that you attract really don't put stock in their appearance much. It's more about their intellect. And I think because of that, they're the people who kind of feel insecure about it, even though they shouldn't feel insecure about it. But for some reason, they let themselves feel insecure about it, if that makes sense. So if you pick group number 3, that's the kind of person who's most attracted to you right now. Group number 4, let's see what kind of person is most attracted to you right now. So you have the 10 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, the Phoenix, Dawn, and strength. So this person, you seem to attract the athlete type or someone who competes in competitive sports. That's what I'm getting from the Six of Wands and strengths, or someone who really takes stock in working out, fitness, or team sports. They are very loved by their families. You would tend to attract people who come from really good families where they're really close with their families and really just come from a good background. They generally have good motives. This is a really pure-hearted person you tend to attract. They are just sort of naive, because I'm almost getting that the person you most attract right now is kind of sheltered. They're kind of sheltered people. They grew up in a good home. They, have done good all their lives. They've been good people to their friends, their family. They're well liked by pretty much everyone. They have a good soul. They're a good person. They're the type of person that no one dislikes. They also, I'm getting they're kind of naive in a sense because of that. Because even though they've had a good life, they're kind of sheltered, and new beginnings and the Phoenix. So right now you sort of attract people who have a lot of potential to grow up to be really strong people, really successful people, or you attract people with a lot of potential. They're just a little naive right now in their point of life. This person will likely have good intentions towards you, and this person really is a sweet person, so I think they are attracted to other sweet people, other people who are humble yet confident. They're attracted to people who are humble yet confident. This is someone who, I'm trying to describe it. They're not pure-hearted in the sense where they're naive, but it's pure-hearted in the sense where they really haven't gone through a lot. And they're almost like, I don't want to say mama's boys or mama's girls, but they're people who are very stable and level-headed and very much I don't know how to explain these people. It was likely that these people went to a private school. They are really well-rounded. They may have a tendency to be cocky sometimes, but it's not in an overwhelming sense. And this person, likely, if they are into you, is because they feel like you're someone they can take home to their parents, and their parents will like, their friends will like you. You have to be someone who they feel like is as well-rounded as them. They have a tendency not to like to, date people, or tendency not to be attracted to people who are a little bit down or downers, because they just don't understand that. They tend to be in a happy mood. They tend to always be happy and positive. And that's all I'm getting for this group right here. I don't have a lot of experience with these kind of people, so it was hard for me to really go in detail as much as I would like, but hopefully you got the gist. So let's move on to group number 5. Let's see what kind of person is most attracted to you right now. So we have the Three of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords, the Map Maker of Destiny, Love, Compassion, and Letting Go. So this is somebody who it would be you attract people who are really good friends. However, in a relationship setting, they tend to be very awful, because they're someone who really doesn't like to settle down. They are someone who likes to party and be around their friends. They're more about hanging out with their friends than they are about hanging out with a girlfriend. They're more concerned with their friend group, as I can see from the Three of Cups. Generally, if they feel like these type of people who are attracted to you, once they get in a relationship, they feel stifled and almost feel relieved when it ends, and kind of sabotage the relationship in an indirect way to end it, because they don't want to lose you as a friend, but they also don't want to be held down in any sort of way. This is the type of person who anyone can connect with, because they can have a conversation with anyone, and they are good people. That's probably why they have so many friends, but in relationships, they're just really bad because they don't want to be held down. The Map Maker of Destiny talks about authentic purpose, transportation, free will. They want to be free. They want to be free to go wherever their path takes them. These are the people that pretty much want to be bachelors or bachelorettes for life. They care more about the connection they have with you as a friend really than a relationship. And it's not like these type of people want to hit it and quit it. It's just that they do get swept up in, you know, the connection with someone, that it leads to a relationship, and then they're like, oh no, what did I do? These people are very chill. They will probably put their friends over you. You could probably find them always with their friends. They, even when they break up though, they hope you get the hint instead of having it to be violent, because they want to break up with you in a chill manner. So this person really strikes me as, you know, a Sagittarius that are attracted to you. Libras are attracted to you. Pisces are attracted to you. Let's see. Gemini. And this person will likely be, you know, have like lofty ambitions too, kind of like the first group. This could be someone who, you tend to attract writers, you tend to attract people who want to travel all over the world. And the reason they're probably attracted to you is because they're very free-spirited, so they see something in you that's very free-spirited that they can have fun with, because once again, they're all about experience and having fun. So if they're attracted to you, they probably see you as a new experience, a new person to get to know. They're very curious about you. They tend to turn off their interest when you become possessive or clingy, or you want future plans. They're not about future plans. This is sort of the type of friends with benefits type that you're attracting right now. And they're very fun, but if you're someone who really wants commitment, they're definitely not, you know, the ideal person to attract. So if you pick this group, it's likely someone like this is very attracted to you right now. Yeah, that's all I'm getting with this. All right, group number 6. Let's see what type of person is most attracted to you right now. So you have the Tower, the Five of Pentacles, Unfoldment, the Spirit Whisperer, and Safe Home. So right away, I don't know why, but I'm getting this feeling like you attract stoners. Not people who, not, you know, they don't have, that doesn't have to be a negative connotation, but they tend to be very spiritual. They might have that hippie style. They might like to smoke weed, take other hallucinogenics. They, not really like the destructive drug type, more of the experimental, open up your mind type. Because with the Tower, this tells me you tend to attract rebels of society. So people who deliberately don't like to conform to societal norms, people who probably have strong political views. You tend to attract people who want to live off the grid. You tend to attract people, they might have trouble with society and fitting into society and making money because of their extreme beliefs. These people are very lofty in their ideals, altruistic. They will likely be spiritual in a sense, kind of dreamy in a sense. They are green-auraed people from what I'm seeing with the strong green hues, which means they operate from their heart chakra. So they're very loving, naturally loving and compassionate people. Those who are ignorant might see their shocking appearance, their rebellious ways, thoughts, ideas as being a detriment to society or a bad person, but that's not the case at all. They just sort of see the world for what it is. They're very woke, so to speak. They seem to me to be late bloomers too, so, you know, if they're younger, what I'm getting from the lotus flower is they might still be in that rebellious stage, because what they don't realize they're rebelling against is the structure of society. They don't realize why they're angry yet if they're younger, but if they're older, they tend to be the people who buy the tiny homes, who live off grid, like I said. This is definitely like anyone who has an alternative lifestyle, alternative look, that's the people you attract. But ultimately, with Safe Home, they do want to settle down. They do want to have a monogamous relationship, or they do want to have, you know, that one person that they call their main person, because they do operate from a heart chakra. I see, you know, life path number 6 heavy in this as well. So they do operate from the heart chakra. They do put value in serious romantic relationships. They just don't want it to be, they don't want it to conform to normal relationships. They don't want to conform to a normal way of life. So if they're attracted to you, it's probably because they see a future with you of, you know, living off grid, collecting your own rainwater. You're probably really chill yourself. You probably have extreme views yourself. You probably yourself don't really fit in or identify with the rest of society. This person, this is like someone I would be friends with, to be honest. So if you picked group number 6, that's the kind of person who is most attracted to you. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my pick a card reading. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, I will see all of you later. Bye!